unit trust cost come in two forms. There is a front-end sales charge, and there is also an annual management fee. You can see here, front-end sales charge. Okay, maybe 10 years ago, it used to be when you want to buy unit trust fund, you can only buy from the unit trust fund management company. Like you can see all the brand that I list out here. And how much do they charge in terms of the sales charge, front-end sales charge? They charge between 5.5, maybe on average 5.5%. So, I mean, if you ask me, I also think that this is quite expensive. No, because if the market is really not really performing, after 1 year, your funds still not able to make money for you, and will still be losing. Because why? You pay what? 5.5%. I agree. But nowadays, with the advancement of technologies, we got now more and more platform, investment platform, like unit trust platform. You can see the example I put here. You got like Fund Supermart, you got this Fame platform, you got iFast platform, whereby you can go there, and normally when you invest, they're charging you sometimes about 2%, sometimes 1.5%, and depending on maybe sometimes Valentine's Day or whether Mother's Day whatever day they just want to do a promotion, you may get 0%, So for that matters, it's not really that expensive. If you get 0%, zero, as far as social is concerned. So I think it depends on which channel you go to buy your unit trust. These are the list of the unit ETF into different sectors: US bank, US internet, China healthcare, China semiconductor, global financial, global healthcare, macam-macam. But if you look at the financial ratio, which is linked to their annual fund management fee, whereby unit trust normally charge about 1.5% for equity fund, at least 1.5%. But we can see for ETF, wow, 0.35% only, 0.5%, 0.68%. So true. As far as annual fund management fee is concerned, ETF is definitely lower than unit trust. But I guess those of you who follow me, you are more sophisticated. No? I think none of you just think so naive to think that the charges that you pay or the return that you get is purely determined on the fee that you pay. Because the actual return that you get, of course, no doubt, is the gross return for the investment minus the fee, then you get the net return. Okay, of course, you want to reduce the fee. But chances are is that we need to look at also what is the gross return to see whether this investment can give us higher gross return or not. So that's where I want to share with you the following chart. We can see here, if we compare just ETF and unit trust fund, okay, which supposedly we say, oh, this ETF is cheaper, no doubt. But we must not forget to see what kind of gross return do they get, because that is also another factor to consider whether it's expensive or not. So we can see generally, if we talk about developed market like US, like Europe, the kind of country, we can see generally the Vanguard S&P 500 fund, which is this yellow color, generally they are performing quite well. Sometimes even beating unit trust fund, sometimes even beating the index. Okay, especially the unit trust fund. Then you got Europe. You can see also this Vanguard FTSE Europe ETF, which is in this orange color. We can see also it's doing quite well. Also outperform unit trust fund. So correct. So it's cheaper and it's outperforming the unit trust fund in that country. So that's good. But that's not the full story. What is the performance? What is the performance in the developing market like Malaysia? Malaysia definitely we all know is a developing market. What happened? You can see one particular fund can never go for. I just pick one fund only compared to the index, FTSE FBM KLCI index. The unit trust fund gross return far exceed the ETF. So if you do the actual calculation, you will find even though the annual management fee is higher, but if you minus with the gross return, the net return that you get will still be higher than ETF. Same thing if you look at China market as well. We got, for example, this particular orange color fund, principal Greater China Equity. We can see also outperform. China is also a developing country. This is a market whereby it also outperform ETF. Okay, and we look at Asia market. You can see this unit trust fund also outperform the ETF. So you may wonder, how come unit trust fund can perform better than ETF in the developing market? We must know in the developing market, the market information is not so efficient. It's not so transparent. So for fund manager who has got extra information, extra news, or extra research that they find, a lot of time they'll be able to take advantage and capitalize on this information to do better than the general market. Whereby in the developed market, when the market is very efficient, everybody know almost about the same information. So there's no extra leverage for fund manager to outperform the market. Okay, so that's why, conclusion, truth number 4, unit trust investing is expensive or cheap, depending on what? Depending on the channel. Do you go to the platform? Do you go to the fund house, or do you go to the traditional unit trust agent? And also depend on which market you invest into. So if you invest, you invest in US and you don't use ETF, you use unit trust fund, of course it's expensive. But if you invest in China, no, and China unit trust fund can perform better than China ETF. Yeah, of course, unit trust is cheaper. Okay, because it can give you better return.